Cars Direct. Today we're going to spend some time with a modern muscle car. This is a 2006 Dodge Charger SRT-8. Alright, under the hood here you're going to find the 6.1 liter Hemi V8 engine. Now this car makes 425 horsepower out of a really, I guess you could call it a big block V8. That's a lot of power obviously coming out of a nice motor, but awesome V8 sound. Sounds like a NASCAR V8. It's routed to a 5-speed automatic. It's a Mercedes-Benz source transmission, which is in turn routed to the rear wheels. I think the Charger is probably the meanest looking of the SRT8 setups. Because you got Jeep, Chrysler, this, and then there's also the Challenger. But let's take a walk around it. This is really a sharp car, and then we'll take it for a spin. This car's been extremely well cared for. If we take a walk around it, there's a couple really minor blemishes just to note, but the paint still even looks wet. Car's in factory original condition. It's 100% stock. You just got a couple of, looks like maybe like there was like a little tiny impact here, because you got just a couple of chips, you know, that go through the clear coat there. But beyond that, the front end is literally flawless. You can see the fascia. It's all the lower cladding to the bumper is all part of the SRT8 package. Take a look down here. You have the SRT8 20-inch wheel. Now the size on this is a 245/45 ZR20, so it's a Z-rated tire. But probably got about, I'd say, 60% of the tread left there. You can see the slotted rotors along with the Brembo brakes in there. Hemi badge doesn't really tell the whole story because you can get the 5.7 liter Hemi, but the 6.1 is the way to go. Look at the reflection all the way down, the intricate curves to the Charger's body. See the rear 20-inch tire there? And then I'm going to show you the only real other blemish on the car is it looks like this might have been bumped in a parking lot or something, but it's kind of spidered the paint just on the very lower part here. From 5 feet away you really can't see it because it's in the curve of where the license plate housing is, but that's really the only thing I can fault on the whole car. Proper SRT8 badging. You can see the rear spoiler, that's part of the SRT8 as well. And then back down the passenger side, I've got nothing to note on here. It really is stunning. Charger's a pretty large car, so you can imagine the trunk carries along with it. We do have a full set of the factory floor mats, and I've actually got an extra floor mat that goes to I don't know what. So I've got a random floor mat here. Looks like a Lexus floor mat. That's so cool. But then out of the factory ones, I've got the 2 rears as well as the 2 fronts. And as you can see, the trunk is very large in this car. Under the floorboard here, you've got a little bit extra storage as well as the battery for the weight distribution. And then along the wall over there, you've got the optional factory installed kicker subwoofer. The step-in is very conventional in this car. Very comfortable as well. These SRT8 inspired seats, they're really actually Viper inspired. They're SRT8 seats, but a lot of added bolstering. They're very, very comfortable on long trips. But great layout. I've got a manual tilt and telescope steering wheel. Mercedes-Benz style, because this is based on the E-Class platform, Mercedes-Benz style cruise control over there. Automatic setting for the headlamps up front, as well as a multifunctional steering wheel that pairs up to the trip computer right in here. That's such a brute V8 engine. You can feel a little bit of the cam lobe as the car kind of absorbs some of the vibration from the engine, but great layout. You sit up nice and high. You do have a long front end, but you can actually see the curvature of the hood and that big hood scoop in the middle. But a lot of room up here. They do only come in an automatic, and it's a simple automatic to use, but just look at some of the features. You've got like a backlit set of gauges here that is unique to the SRT8 model. I've got a button up here for ESP, that's electronic stability program, that's your traction and stability control. But you do have the factory optional navigation system here. Now this is paired to the kicker sub in the rear. You have 6 discs in-dash right here, just select right through here. You also have Sirius satellite radio. Now it's not activated in here, but you do have it. Below that you're going to find an automatic climate control. Just set it and forget it. Ahead of the shifter, you're going to find the switches for the heated seats for the front passengers. If we take a look at the rearview mirror, you can see the symbol here for Uconnect. Now, Uconnect is their version of Bluetooth connectivity, and then right in front of that, factory power moonroof. As we approach a railroad crossing here, we are in the midst of shooting once again another edition of Chicago Cars Direct After Dark. So, as that train appears to be clearing the crossing there, we'll get in line to go, but I just wanted to at least convey the experience behind the wheel here. This is a large car, very substantial feeling. It's heavy, but it's very tight. It's solid. The steering's very solid and fluid as well. You can hear there's really not much to hear railroad tracks, except for that guy who thinks he's making a lot of horsepower back there. But you know, it's in most situations it actually feels like an everyday livable car, you know, as if it's just a luxury vehicle. You got navigation, Bluetooth, dual zone climate, heated seats, pretty much power everything including the moonroof, pretty huge stereo, tight supple suspension, but when it's mounted on a car that's this solid, you know, you can get some pretty good impacts that you don't really feel because the suspension's so good it soaks them up. But you know, the best part about it is the engine, and you really get to, you know, when you get the chance to open it up, it's about the closest thing to a NASCAR V8 you'll hear in any passenger car, especially if anything built in the United States. All right, as we like to do, here we go. Oh, cool! And listen to that sound. It's like being in a NASCAR. Got this open, I'm going to close this. But one more time, just listen to this sound. I mean, you can feel it. It's like having like subwoofers in your motor. It just kind of punches you. Dave, why are you laughing? I mean that. You can feel the sound of the engine. It feels really, really cool. Right, Dave? Oh yeah. That's good. It's a pretty cool car when you consider how close this thing is to new. These cars have actually appreciated somewhat. We've been buying these pretty regularly here and there, and the last one we had that was identical to this was my best friend's car. And in the time he owned it, which I think was like a 6-month window, the car had actually appreciated. But really a spectacular car, a well-represented car at that, and really wouldn't disappoint anybody, I can only imagine, because that's what I do. In my hand here I've got a copy of the Carfax Vehicle History Report. It does show a one-owner vehicle, no previous accident history or anything, perfectly clean, as we like to keep them. But really a solid car, and I mean the condition speaks volumes of this car. A lot of them are beaten on, not so responsibly owned, I guess, or could have multiple owners that just, you know, use them for what they use them for, and then that's it. But it really is a stunning car. I always enjoy getting behind the wheel of them. But check us out on our website. You'll find us at chicagocarsdirect.com, where you'll see 60 pictures of this Charger SRT8, and then go to our YouTube channel where you'll find a whole other bunch of cars, SRT8s, Vipers, Vets, Lamborghinis, you name it, you'll find it all there. It's youtube.com/chicagocarsdirect. Thanks again for spending time with us in this absolute Hemi monster, and we'll see you soon.